With 2 World Cup places on the line, Japan's Siosifa Lasala took a pass in the final of the first event on the 2017 Asia Rugby 7 Series and raced 75 metres for the winner. With the Tokyo Games less than 2 years away, can Japan make it 2 series wins in a row?
Takes him on the outside.
What's the beauty?
Oh, bang, he gets nailed by Takiri. Lovely rugby there from Korea.
What a tremendous effort.
He'll just put his head down. Over he goes.
Lasala burst onto last year's Asia Rugby 7 Series with a 9-try effort in his debut competition, including the aforementioned tournament winner against Hong Kong in the final of the series opener. Japan followed that up with a runner-up slot in Korea, finishing second to the hosts. By then, Asia's #1 was well on the way to San Francisco and a place in the Rugby Sevens World Cup.
Definitely there was pressure, and including our recent result in the 2016 in the Rio Olympics. So last year's team, they were trying to prove that it was not a fluke, that it can be done during the World Cup.
The road to World Cup Sevens qualification was much more precarious for Hong Kong. Following a group stage loss to Korea in Incheon, they salvaged a 3rd place finish in that event and then ran the table 3 weeks later in Colombo, including 2 wins over Japan to claim the 2nd and final World Cup spot for Asia.
We won the tournament, and I think after day 1 we were in a pretty comfortable spot, but we knew we had to go on and not just qualify, but we wanted to go on and win it, and luckily I think Seb got a try at the last play there, and we managed to win and get the qualification spots for both those tournaments.
Following a 15th place finish out of 24 at the Sevens World Cup in San Francisco, Japan was the clear favourite as they and Hong Kong headed back to Indonesia for the Asian Games. But Hong Kong was able to shut down the Japanese attack, and Japan lost its first major Asian competition since 2002 in Busan.
Asian Games, honestly speaking, it didn't work out the way we wanted. We believe we were the best prepared team. We came in prepared, we did the basics, and we just failed to fire when it needed most.
Hong Kong took its 18th place result in San Francisco and used it as a catapult to grab its first major hardware, winning the Asian Games gold medal with a victory over Japan 14-0. For a team that's been chasing this particular bogeyman since 1998, their triumph was beyond sweet.
Four or 6 weeks of prep for that Asian Games, which we did pretty well in the end. The gold medal for the team. A lot of the boys gave up the passports and got the Hong Kong. Everyone kind of termed it as a sacrifice, but I'm not sure. It's quite a big privilege that we got to go and represent Hong Kong and contest the gold medal.
On the heels of the Asian Games, this year's Asia Rugby 7 Series will act as a tune-up for next year when things get real serious. As host of the 2020 Summer Games, Japan receives an automatic bid into the Olympic Sevens competition. This year and next, they will be preparing for Tokyo.
There's going to be a lot of pressure, and it's going to be a busy year for Japan too, especially for 7s and the 15s too, because 15s rugby is just next year, and then we have the Olympics the following year.
Japan's 4th place finish in Rio gifted their Asian rivals a 2nd spot in the 2020 Games. And Hong Kong, who has finished 1st or 2nd in every Asian Rugby 7 series since its inception in 2010, will be feeling both entitled and the full weight of Olympic expectations, especially after their Asian Games success.
It's a massive opportunity to become an Olympian, essentially. Japan are hosting, so they're automatically in, and then I believe there's a one-off tournament next year. The winner goes. So the next year, pretty much, should be for sevens. We'll be definitely aiming towards that.
So the 2018 Asia Rugby Sevens Series got underway in Hong Kong, with the region's top 8 men's and women's programs contesting. The men's pool stage got underway amidst a format change, where the top 2 teams in each group would advance directly to the semi-finals. Japan came in reigning champs, but it was Sri Lanka that got things going with an emphatic win over China in Pool A. China brought a powerful looking side and was hoping to avenge a quarter-final loss to Sri Lanka in the Asian Games. But the sheer speed that Sri Lanka displayed was amazing. 5 tries in all, a 31-0 result, and with Japan still looming for both teams, an almost certain consolation round for China on day 2. In the Pool A decider, Japan, who lost to Hong Kong in the Asian Games final 2 weeks earlier, were equally ruthless. Captain Katsuyuki Sakai dotting down first for Japan. Japan added a second to take a 14-0 lead into the break. And due, in part, to a defence that played in lockdown mode, was really threatened in the second half. Sakai with the brace, Japan with the 21-0 win. In Pool B, Korea and the Philippines played to a 0-0 first half draw before the Koreans finally crossed over in a match that would likely determine who would advance to the semi-finals on day 2. But Joe Dawson was rewarded for a support play and the Philippines pulled the match back to even. On the final play of the game, speedster Ryan Howe swerved past Jong Ho Chong and sprinted the final 40 metres for the match decider. Philippines 12, Korea 7. Meanwhile, Hong Kong, following their gold medal effort in Jakarta, was near perfect in their 3 pool matches. A 54-0 result against Malaysia was indicative of their run towards the semis. Max Denmark contributed a brace in an effort that saw the hosts touch down 8 times on their way to 3 straight wins and a 155-7 points differential. So Pool A shook out this way, with Chinese Taipei surprising its neighbours to the west to finish 3rd in the group and earn a top seed in the consolation round. As the men's tournament moved into the semi-final round, the Philippines found itself in an unfamiliar place, a meeting with Japan for a spot in the final.
And here they come now onto the field. Japan, again, silver medalists at the Asian Games. Here we go then. Here's Mark Roberts. There's the Birdman, Chris Bird. Look here. Oh, good sprightly work there from Mark Roberts. Look at that on there.
Oh, what about that one?
He thinks he's got it. There we go, right in the first 5. First blood to the Volcanoes. How about that, everybody? One metre short. Fukimoto fires it out to Sawajima. And, well, he was on the losing end a minute ago. This time he dots down for his side. So Achima gives it to Sakai. He sizes things up, takes about 10 good steps. There's Seru, rangy Seru. He's just going to dot this down. 5 tries in 5 minutes. That's absolutely unbelievable. On the wraparound, Kano, Motomura, Soachima desperately looking for that hat-trick of his. Gets pulled down again, this time by Roberts and Co. Nakazawa.
Oh,
There wasn't too many arms in that one. Goodness me, the flag is out as well. Fukumoto.
there'll be a card here.
Yeah, I think the try will count.
Yeah, this tournament been really challenging. I think the weather's been the leveller with the heat. Normally it's the rain. So it's how you prepare and try and prepare well to lead into each game. But definitely a good challenge against Philippines. The challenge was to hold the ball, just with the weather and the sweat on the hands, which I think our boys did really well. We've struggled up until now with that, just ball security. So we just set out to set wide points, try and open up some space through the middle, which I think we achieved. So yeah, we're just trying to take that on into our final at the conclusion of this match behind me. But yeah, having these tournaments is definitely improving the level of Asian rugby, and we need to have more of them because, as you know, if you don't do it, you don't get better.
With Japan through, it was now up to Hong Kong and Sri Lanka in semi-final number 2.
Hong Kong have looked insatiable during this tournament. Winning 3 from 3, 155 points for in their 3 pool games. Just 1 try against them. Sri Lanka, they smashed China 31-0 yesterday. And they lost to Japan 21-0. And they came out today, beat Chinese Taipei 33-12. Hood and Rimini, what are these two brewing up? There's Woodward, gets it to the 22. Coverdale, then Hood just floats it over to Yu Kam Shing, puts the brakes on. Thought he might have just gone for the corner there. Hood then, oh, he's too close, and he does well. Ball in 2 hands, just defenders not knowing what he's going to do. Hood hits Coverdale, pops it down to Woodward. Hood on the wraparound. Rimini Neville doing what he does, just running straight at gaps. Doesn't get it this time. Yu Kam Shing takes on the 2 tacklers. And they'll fire it back across the line again. Coverdale tries to split the defence, does so. Woodward's there, sees Hood. He comes onto it at pace.
Great carry by Jamie Hood, both hands.
Mazy run by Hood. That's a shocker from Woodward, just slipped out of his hand, hits the ground. Coverdale now into the last moments of this first half, looking to put another one on them. Yu Kam Shing, can he get away? He's over the line, referee gives the thumbs up. And try number 2 for Hong Kong. Toby Finn's on for Max Woodward. Here goes the other Max, Max Denmark. Tries to get on the outside of Saddam. Big powerful run from Denmark. Scoping, sniping. Toby Finn tries to put his Valley club mate away in the corner. They can't get free of the defence. So here's Coverdale. One big fend. Finally brought down by Danush. Who's out here? Neville. Denmark doesn't fancy his chances. Goes back to Finn. He gets the legs pumping. Oh, good finish from Toby Finn. Denmark maybe making the right choice there. Lee Jones. Look at the stepping from him. The Valley men combine, Finn and Jones. Nardoni goes in. Look at this fiery character. He's got some strength, hasn't he?
Exactly where Sri Lanka do not want to be.
Kadu Lee after the hooter now. Looking for a 5th and final try. It's going to be Ben Rimini that gets it.
There it is.
The mercurial 34-year-old veteran.
We sort of try to pride ourselves on the physicality in the game, particularly in defence. And I think guys are doing our chop tackles, trying to stop momentum of these attacking teams, because there's some good attacking teams out there. So we're just going to try and stop the people getting over the gain line with some aggressive line speed, some chop tackles, and it's given us some turnovers that we can play off as well. So really pleasing to score tries, but also we pride ourselves on keeping teams from scoring against us as well.
As expected, Hong Kong and Japan moved into the Asia Rugby 7 Series men's final. On the women's side, After a day and a half of pool play, the semi-finals shook out like this. Extremely balmy conditions at the Hong Kong Football Club with Typhoon Mangkhut on the horizon as the Asian women got set for the semi-finals. No surprises in either of the pools, as the top seeds all advanced. First up in the crossover semis, Japan and Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is to try and knock a hole in this Japanese outfit before they bring on the pace.
Runners all over the place. Here goes Kotacek. She's got that big arm. Sees off Susumi. Oh, goodness me. Susumi gives up about a foot of height and she gets that massive arm in the chest. And that is her third try. She's looked good this tournament. Here's another golden opportunity. Scrum on the 22. Kotacek out to the left-hand side. She's up against Nakamura. They've not let Susumi be paired up again, so they do come her way. Here's Kotacek. Nakamura, though, shows her a bit of space. She takes it. Goodness, man, I thought they'd done the right thing, putting Nakamura against her. Atake. Nakamura. The key is not to panic, is it? Just rely on what you're normally doing.
Just let the ball do the work. Just let the ball do the work.
Okuroda.
Just
Here
like
goes
that.
Susumi, and she wants to bring that around, which she does.
Yeah, good presence of mind. Tidy work, Japan.
Susumi goes in for try number 6. Yes. Here goes Kotacek. She's away. One to beat. Susumi this time goes low and pulls her down. Sorry, it's Hirano. She knew she had to make that tackle. Here she goes again after her rest on the bench. And look at them lining up here, the Kazakhstanis. They are eager. There's only 6 of them. Beautiful wide pass. Okuroda to beat. She won't be beaten. And look at that. Another big contest. Both sides acknowledging that that is a... Here we go. Tapping quickly. Goes Kluchnikova. Just short of the line. Kushibayeva. She's over. That's a try. And with just 6 players on the field, they pulled off almost the unthinkable. Here they come now on the far side. Okuroda straightens up, shows and goes. Gets taken by Proskorina now. Right on the halfway. Look at this. You could throw a towel over them. They go wide now. Nakamura, she fumbles it. Makes the right decision.
Big gaps here for Japan.
Susumi out to Okuroda. She knows someone's out there, so she just lobs it. It's Hirano. Susumi.
2 Kazakhstan players down. They can pick them off here. Japan, if they're smart.
Look at the patience. Here goes Otake. Inside ball to Bativa Kololo. And she is the one that finishes off a sweeping move down the field. What a phase here. Time up on the hooter. Straightening up beautifully is Hirano. Getting herself involved. The tackles keep coming in. This is outstanding. Advantage being played by Kwok. Kazakhstan have to get back 10 quickly. Proskorina is walking.
Whoa.
Here we go. Who we got? It's Tachiyama. Nakamura on the outside again. They get taken. Stefan
Great
Ruger this
stuff
time.
from Kazakhstan. What spirit. Incredible sevens rugby from these women.
There's 2 Kazakhstanis and back players struggling to get into the line. It's going to open up here, surely. Susumi's out wide. 2 tied defenders. Bativa Kololo tries to get it to her. She's dancing, jinking. Nakamura. Surely there's a try on here. Okuroda! Yumi Okuroda!
Wow.
And they've done the job. Unbelievable. Sensational rugby, Jed.
It was obviously good that we won the game, but we couldn't execute the skills we've been training. So it was a bit disappointing, but this team is still young and there's a room to grow. So this is just part of the experience for the team.
That left it to China and Hong Kong in the second semi-final.
Kong defence comes up straight in the line. They're giving them lots of metres though, and they're back on their heels, Hong Kong. Here's Ruan. Look at the size of her against some of those smaller Hong Kong players, especially Poon there. It's about half her size. There's another ball on the field for some reason. Black mark against the ball retrieval team. And look at that straightening up. Wang on the inside to Shen. And there we have the first try of the game. A frantic start. Hong Kong defending, a lot of defending there. Olsen Thorne now looking to exploit something. Takes two on, tries to get the hands free. Off their feet there, the China defender. Luckily not to get a penalty there as well. Here we go, it's a 3-on-2 situation. It's Cheng, it's Chan, sorry. It's Poon. Poon Hoi Yan, they have breached finally. And that is a massive confidence booster for Hong Kong, and look at what it means to them. Oh look, they've exposed the blind here. And it's been exploited by Wang Yu Yu. And a moment of lapsed attention there. And that's a soft try for China. Well worked, but Hong Kong will be a little bit frosty with themselves. Poon. Chong. They've given up a penalty quite cheaply, really. Here come China. Another score here could spell disaster for Hong Kong. Poon's got to get wide now. Can she hold on? Yes, she does. She gets Yang around the hips, but the ball inside to Wang is a beauty. Poon can't stop her coming around. Very well done by China there. Poon now, they've got to score now. They need it. Here goes Olsen Thorne. She breaks the line and heads to the sticks. The skipper has done it again. Crucial try and just out and out determination. She could run through a brick wall, that woman.
我们这次来呢，本来是抱着学习的态度来的，就像刚刚结束的亚运会一样，中国女队一队以2分惜败给日本。应该说日本队是一个经验特别丰富，而且技战术素养非常高的队伍。我们作为年轻的队伍来讲，我们是抱着学习的态度跟他们学习的。
After two incredibly competitive semi-finals, Japan and China survived to contest the women's final of the Asia Rugby 7 Series first leg.
Here they come, led on by the irrepressible Chiharu Nakamura there. And there's Otaka with the headgear. Big assignment here for Craig Chan from Hong Kong, refereeing this Women's Cup final. Yang gets us underway. Coming out of the line, Sasumi tries to make the spot tackle. That's a good jinking run there. China now onto the front foot to the 10-metre line, you see there. Wang changes the direction again. This is Xu Qi. This Japan defence is hard working. It's hard to crack, but not impossible. Kazakhstan did it 3 times. Look how quick that defensive line comes up. Having no option, Xu, but to come back towards the traffic. And again, the defence comes up in an arc. This is Gu, the playmaker. Oh, she's thrown the intercept. Sasumi pops it up. Here comes Tateyama. Oh, Notake. Oh, she's fumbled that one, butchered. We've seen a lot of errors from every team in these final games of the weekend. Energy sapping stuff, and she'll be filthy with herself there. She's fuming. Zhang Hoi Hoi has come on in 3. Defensive scrum on the 22. Herring off down the blind. goes Yang. Oh, she's got around the outside of Susumi. That's rare. There's no one in front. Coming across is Hirano. She's going to try and narrow down the angle, but Susumi beat Cold out there. It's a great try to Yang Fei Fei. They're on the board. First points in this cup final. Hirano. Susumi out there. She'll be looking to make amends. Nakamura hasn't really got into the game yet. There she is. There's Okoroda with the pass. Here's Nakamura now. She looks to put Otake away on the outside. Slows down, changes to speed. Sue's after her. Oh, she nearly gets out of the covering tackle. Desperate defence as an injured China player down. Hirano's on the scene. Coming in on the short ball is Tanaka. And offside, China. They've still got a player down, writhing in agony. Nakamura! She goes, the quick tap. This masterful sevens player just says, calm down, everybody. Nabs her 5th try of the tournament. Here's Hirano. She's got some gas herself. She's looking out wide there. There's Susumi. Susumi to Okoroda. She pins her ears back. Coming at her is Wang. What defence there in the corner. Superb defence.
And who's there? Number 4.
What an end to this first half. 7-all. This is a proper final, Jed. No quarter been given or taken. It's Liu to feed. Gu gets it wide. They get it wide quickly. Try to get it into the arms of Wang.
Great play.
Oh, look at this on the double round. Here goes Gu. She's scorching down here. She has to look inside. Ah, she didn't have the vision there. For all of her goodness, she's botched that one a little. 2 players inside her. That was try time. Anyway, they still have the ball. Good defence coming in there from Kurogi in 4 with the headgear on. China just struggling to get this ball away from contact now. Wang fires a really crazy pass and Okoroda gets the bounce, gets taken around the throat. Arm goes out. Here we go. Pativa Kololo's on the field in 2. Not the quickest, but I think she's going to make it, and she does. How about that? From end to end. Pativa Kololo cometh the hour. What a time to score your 2nd try. Here they come. This is Wang Yu. Goes in high. Taken by Tanaka. Gets it to ground though. They spread it across the field. Look at that.
Tackle.
Bolting out of the line comes Yukari Tateyama.
Outstanding aggressive defence by Japan.
That's right. It's a Japanese penalty. So there is the ball game. All they have to do is get rid of this. I think that's what's going to happen. Yes, there we go. What a fantastic cup final. A close one again. But it's Japan who take out leg 1 with another win against China. They did it 2 weeks ago in the Asian Games gold medal final. They've done it again here in Hong Kong.
そうですね。クオリティの面では本当に良くない試合だったとは思うんですけど、しっかり悪いなりに取りどころでしっかり取れたっていうところかなと思います。
So a 12-7 result here follows a 7-5 Asian Games win over China, and Japan runs out winners in the first leg of the Asia Rugby 7 series. With 39 games in the bank, that left it to Hong Kong and Japan to sort it out in the men's final. Hong Kong scored a historic win in Jakarta 2 weeks previous to win gold in the Asian Games. Japan was visibly smarting and eager to flip the script. Could Japan avenge their loss in Indonesia with a win here at the Hong Kong Football Club?
Hong Kong versus Japan. Ben Rimini and Soachima lead these two sides out. Here we go after 39 games this weekend from terrific rugby. It comes down to this in leg one. Hong Kong have looked sure and steady. Jack Neville gets on the front foot, loves to take on the line. Going in hard, there's Soachima. Battling there with Rimini, who's given up probably 30 kilos, but he's done well. Here's Toby Fenn, this terrier of a player. Yu Kam Shing just bats it along. Now they steady the ship a little bit. Woodward's out wide, puts the step on, takes on Fukimoto. Hood and Rimini link up together, and here's Fenn again. He gets the pass away. Was it forward? Everybody's happy. It's Yu Kam Shing, and they come across and hit him off at the pass. Seru there. Look at that massive guy. He's no slouch either. Looks like there's a bit of offside here, playing advantage. Coverdale takes it forward. Oh, good run from Mike Coverdale. Looks for support. Takes two Japanese defenders. Woodward it is. Finds Rimini. Up they tear this defence, and there's that Fenn from Neville. Yu Kam Shing nearly loses it round the back. Takes on those two big men. Has Jack Neville saved that, or was that knocked on? Yeah, he's just lost that. What an opening salvo. 90 seconds of action. Both these teams at San Francisco in July for the Rugby World Cup Sevens. Hood on the wraparound. Rimini this time gives Neville a target. Tracking back goes Nakano. Gets the bounce. Well read. Gives it to Soachima. Again, Yu comes after him. Look at that from the big man. He does well. Bit of a juggle from Fukimoto. Here's Seru, this other rangy fella. Oh, and that's a speculator on the inside, isn't it? It's no good though. Nakazawa can't hold it. Rimini can't hold it. So we break down. Minute and a half remaining in this first half.
Good win by Japan.
Yep, they've been bamboozled there. Sakai now. Interesting to see Soachima again out on the wing in this game. No Motomura, the gas man. Here they come, swinging it back. Seru now opens the legs. Fenn comes across, slows him down. Woodward with the covering tackle. It's hot potato. And the defence. Look at this. That's a massive speculator, and I think it's forward. Yes, it is. The crowd will tell you. And what a game we've got here. That's half time. It's 0-0. A lot of rugby played for 0 points. Rimini gets us underway. Down to Seru, and Yu Kam Shing gets him, gives him a cuddle and drives him back 5 or 6 metres. Sakai here. He's the one that Japan will be looking to. Looks like they've made some space here, but it closes down quickly. So Achima gets taken around the ankles by Coverdale. Gets penalised incredibly early from Hashimoto. No sooner had he hit the ground, he'd been penalised for not rolling away. Here they come now. Hood there with the challenge, knocks the ball out. There's Nardoni in 4. He worries about the hair.
Don't worry about the hair, son.
That's a sign of class when you've got that amount of time up your sleeve where you can check the hair. Here goes Fenn over halfway. Looks for the support runners. Coming in, Jack Neville late. Isolated there, Fenn. Here we go. There's a clean run for the line. They're not going to catch Soachima. Surely it's going to be too fast for Rimini. Finally, the deadlock is broken. And it's up and down the field. Goodness me. Soachima goes in for his 3rd try, and that was huge. They go right. Denmark gets a bobbler. Sakai takes care of him. Pushes him back 5 or 6 metres. Holds on to the ball though. Look at that Japanese defence arcing up on the outside. Hood ducks under a high one. No problem with the hit, just not rolling away, says Hashimoto. Nardoni now, that's what he's on there for. He muscles it to the halfway. Look at Soachima there, hardest working Japanese player out there. Hood gets man and ball together. Here we go. Trouble. Here's trouble for Hong Kong. Nakazawa. Here comes Seru opening up. He's opening up. And it's another try to the other big man out there. And they've cracked Hong Kong. And unfortunately for Toby Fenn there, it was his error that opened up the path. 10-0. Kadu lead to Denmark. Takes them on. Can't get through the tackle. They've grown another leg, these Japanese. Covered out on the 10 metre. Seru gets busy on that. Time about to run out. Nardoni spins out a one. Tries to get away from Kawasaki. Lee Jones is on. He hasn't had much to do. Here's covered out. He's gone the full 14. There is Jones. Sets off downfield. Denmark, will he finish it past Motomura here? No, Motomura is too good. Holds on. There is the big hooter. And now we're just playing for a bit of pride. What a kick from Neville. Finds Nardoni. Can he finish this off? Some respectability. They don't want that 0 against their name. Rimini and his mate Lee Jones rescue things over there. Straightening is covered out. Neville, can they save some pride here? Get that scoreboard. Penalty to Japan. They have thwarted Hong Kong here with superb defence. They've taken it up a notch, haven't they? Players are all over the place on the floor. There it goes. Ryoto Kano kicks it out, and Japan, they have taken revenge on Hong Kong, keeping Hong Kong to 0 at home. The gold medal winners at the Asian Games. What a superb final. That had all the intensity you'd expect.
It's messy for us, honestly speaking. We did came prepared, and I think it was a revenge for us for what they did to us in the Asian Games. But massive effort, and congratulations to Hong Kong. They gave us a good run for their money.
3, 2, 1, Japan!
So Japan avenges its Asian Games defeat and moves top of the series table, where two teams will earn places in the World Sevens series qualifier. The Hong Kong League is in the books. Join us in a couple of weeks' time when the Asia Rugby 7 series moves to Incheon, South Korea. In the meantime, follow us across all of our social media platforms and keep up with the latest Asia Rugby developments. See you at the Cinder Bar.